Welcome to another Pilates Reformer workout. My name is Melanie, your mildly goth Pilates instructor. Today we're going to be doing inner thighs. I loaded on one heavy and one light spring, also known as one red and one blue. Headrest will be up. Meet me lying down on the reformer. We'll get right into it. All right, friends, grab your straps. We're going to place them onto the arches of the feet to begin today. We're going to get right into feet and straps. So legs will begin right up over the shoulders. You're going to shimmy away from the shoulder blocks just a little bit to give yourself a little bit of room. We're going to begin first with just some straight leg presses, nice and easy to warm up in parallel. The legs are extended long. We're engaging the abdominals. Stopping with the toes right about over the hips, not going over. We're creasing at the hip, tailbone nice and heavy. If you've been doing my Pilates 2023 program, you've probably heard this from me already, so it's old hat. But we really want to make sure we're maintaining that neutral spine and ribs are down. We're going to stop here. Legs are going to come up over the shoulders. We're going to turn to Pilates V, heels together, toes apart. Reach the legs long. Fingertips are long by your hips too. If you prefer to bend your elbows for a little more room, you're welcome to do that. Whatever floats your boat, whatever feels good, works for me. So we're going to do two more of these here, getting a little more inner thighs as those legs are in external rotation. Good. And now we're going to go into some leg circles in external rotation. So a nice extension through the top of the feet. I'm going to open the legs at the top, draw them down, around, heels together. Lift to 90 degrees. Tailbone is heavy on the mat. Open, draw the legs down, around, and up. So the range here really is up to you. A more classical version would be like these little tiny baby circles up here. More contemporary version, which we get into on this channel sometimes, it's a wider range of motion. Depending on your reformer model, I would just say you don't want the straps to be hitting the shoulder blocks. So if that's happening, you might need to keep the legs a little bit higher. And separately, if you feel like taking the legs down low is making your back arch, that didn't feel good to do, so don't even pretend to do that. If you feel like taking the legs low is compromising your abdominal control here or is causing pressure on your back, keep it high. We don't want that. That's no good for you. And it's all about what serves you today. Good. All right, let's reverse directions. Legs up, lower down, open at the bottom, draw it back up. I like to do leg circles in parallel usually, but I like doing this external rotation variation because it definitely challenges the inner thighs, but I also get a little bit of a different spot in the glutes too, which is kind of a nice bonus. Good, we're going to go for a few more. You want to exert equal pressure through the straps, finding that contact each time. You might have heard me say before, you want to think about holding like a $100 bill between your inner thighs or your knees. Good, last one. Very nice. Up at the top, we're going to keep this external rotation. We're going to lower down to 45 or your low point. We're going to go for heel beats for 10, 9, 8, 7. Just clapping the heels, keeping the ribs down. Inner thighs start to fire up here. Pelvis nice and quiet. And 1. Good. Lift up over the hips. We're going to repeat this 2 more times. Legs nice and long. Big breath in. Lower down. Beat the heels for 10, 9. Shoulders relaxed. Upper body is like a gooey, melty brownie. I don't know. Melty chocolate chip cookie. I guess I'm hungry. I didn't realize till I started speaking. Last one. And back up to 90 degrees. 1 more set. Big breath in. Exhale. Lower down. Should that be my new cue? Melty chocolate chip cookie? Melty cookie. Beating the heels. Comment below if you think so. Last 4, 3, 2, 1. Back together. Up to 90 degrees. Extend the legs long. If you need to find a little more space between your shoulders and the shoulder blocks, go for it. I'm going to press the legs down to 45 in external rotation. I'm going to go for my wide straddle. So I'm going to flex the feet. Let the legs go wide to the side. Bring the legs back together. Good. I'm going to flex the feet. Now I'm going to incorporate the toes. I'm going to point as I bring it back to center. Flex the feet as the legs go wide. Point the feet as they come back to center. So the legs can be as low as you can control them. And I would suggest you try to stay in that neutral spine. I'm going to keep them somewhat moderate right now. Not too high, not too low, kind of at that 45. But pick what works for you. Good. Good. Now we're going to kind of reverse with the feet. So I'm going to point on the way out, flex on the way in. Point as the legs go out in that straddle. Flex as they come in, relaxed upper body. Point on the way out, flex on the way in. Just trying to keep the same height of the legs, not bobbing up and down as best as you can, like I just did right there. Last one. Very nice. All right. Soles of the feet together, knees apart. Hold on to the ropes for support here. Big breath in. Exhale, release. Deep breath in. Exhale, release. Let's go for a quick Peter Pan stretch. Extend that right leg out to the side. Left leg stays down. You can give the rope on the right side a little bit of a pull. Try to relax your upper body despite pulling on that rope. Right foot comes in, left foot goes out. Pull on that rope just a little bit if you like. That feels nice. Legs come in. We're going to take the straps up off the feet. This dismount is kind of a mess, but I feel like that's maybe the vibe of this video today. All right, straps go down by your sides. We're gonna roll up slowly and carefully to sitting. I'm gonna load on 3 reds and a blue, or 3 reds and a heavy. 3 reds and a blue, or 3 heavy, 1 light. There we go. And I'm gonna come back down to lying on the machine. Feet on the outer corners of the foot bar. It can be arches or heels. You're gonna go for this pyramid position or second position. Give yourself a little bit of room. We're gonna begin pressing away, bending the knees to come in. We're gonna find kind of a nice brisk pace. Good, exhaling as I press away, not using momentum. As I come in, I'm controlling the carriage. So we're getting inner thighs, we're getting glutes. Probably some other fun stuff depending on what's going on with you. Neutral spine, so I'm not collapsing the low back into the mat. My pubic bone is not higher than my hip bones. It's kind of your cue for what your neutral pelvis is going to look like. And by making sure that you're in that neutral spine, probably your abs are going to fire in a little bit more of a meaningful way depending on what's going on with your specific body. Good. We're going to take 2 more. And last one. Good. Let's take a tiny pulse here. Bend it halfway home. Tiny pulses up and down. Let's go for a 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Big breath in. Exhale. Bring it all the way home. Good. Bringing the balls of the feet to the foot bar. Going to keep the heels lifted, still in that neutral spine as best as you can. Big breath in. Exhale. Press away. Heels stay high. Bring the carriage all the way in, or as close as your mobility will let you get. So if you're only halfway in and that's where your hip flexibility is today, that's fine. Do that today. I'm extremely bendy to a fault, flexy to a fault, so don't expect that you might have my range unless you also happen to be hypermobile, in which case, my condolences. Let's keep going here. Heels stay lifted. Let's go for 3. And if this spring resistance is too much, you can kick it down to 3 reds or 3 heavy. Last one. Bend it halfway home. Tiny pulses up and down. Let's go for 10, 9, 8. Still a neutral spine, still breathing. And take my own advice. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh boy, big breath in, exhale. Good. Keep the heels lifted, legs long. We're going to bend one leg, press the opposite heel under the foot bar. Lift. Other side. Bend one knee, press the other heel under. I'm extending the left leg, right leg bends, press up. It's kind of like running or prance, but in this second position. So you're going to get a little bit of a calf stretch on the straight leg. Definitely getting some calf and thigh work on the bending leg, as well as some glutes. Maybe a little bit of hamstring too. Good. Pick up the pace if you can. Feel my popcorn ankles, or hear my popcorn ankles. Good, let's go for 2, switch, 1, switch. Pause here in that stretch. Oh boy, lots of nice calf stretch right now. Okay, opposite side, switch. Hold that stretch. Just take a big breath in. Oh, that's nice. Extend both legs. Bend the knees, bring it in. and we'll move on to our last thing. All right, to finish up, we're just gonna keep it simple. We're gonna go for a little straddle stretch and a little soft. So I'm gonna sit on the side of my reformer since my reformer's on the floor. If it's more comfortable for you to sit on the ground next to your reformer, you can do that, especially if it has legs. But I'm gonna make sure my straddle is nice and wide. I promise my foot is down here. And what we're gonna do is just begin reaching the fingertips forward in front of you, only as far as you comfortably can. Feeling that inner thigh stretch. Walk your fingertips up. Take your fingers for a walk. Good. Folding over, sending your sits bones back behind you. If you want to extend the feet out for a little bit of a deeper stretch, you're welcome to. Inhale, bring it back. Good. You're welcome to bring the arms out to the sides. We're going to twist, curve over, saw off your pinky toe on the right foot, pulse, pulse, twist, back to center, twist to the opposite side, round, your right pinky is gonna get sawed off by that right arm, twist to come back up, bring the hands back down, and you are all set. You did it. Please subscribe to this channel for more workouts. If you want to continue your workout, I'll link another option for you right here. And of course, if you haven't already checked out my 2023 Pilates program, I'll put the playlist right here. Thank you so much. You did awesome. Bye-bye.